Maybe you have heard about the man who saw, or says he sees, an image of the Virgin Mary on a lemon slice. Now here is the image of the lemon slice, and you see some kind of a face. It's true, you do see some sort of a face, although the reports that I've read about this indicate that people see various kinds of faces. Some people see Madonna, some people see Nicole Kidman, but some people also see the Virgin Mary. Now, this is not new. You probably heard of this sort of thing happening a lot. And so I wanted to take a look at this because I have my own image, which I've been holding on to for quite a while. I sort of figured I wanted to show this to people, but when I saw this story about the lemon slice, I figured, okay, I'll just show you some of the images that I've got in my library here. Another thing which made me say, well, I've just got to do an episode on these Gestalt principles at work, which I'll explain further in just a second, would be another news story heard just yesterday morning. Perhaps you've heard about this Navy base in Coronado, California. And there are dormitories there, which people discovered using Google Earth form the shape of a swastika. And here you see that shape right here. These are L-shaped buildings, but we see them as a swastika. And I understand that the government is going to spend some money to alter the terrain there to make that not look like a swastika. In fact, if you go looking for this, if you go to Coronado, California, in Google Earth, you'll see that the image has already been altered to eliminate this shape here. And I support that. I think it's an offensive sign, and I think that's a good idea to get rid of that. But that is what it looks like, and you can find that on the web. We seem to be programmed to see shapes. We are especially sensitive to seeing faces. Human beings see patterns. This is really what this is part of. We are really sort of wired to notice patterns, and that's where a lot of the talk about correlations that don't really make sense. We tend to see cause and effect. We look around the world around us. We try to make sense of it. We need to in order to survive. So one of those survival tools is the one which allows us to see patterns around us, to organize the chaos of the world. Now, getting back to these images, you may have seen this image. This is the face on Mars. Just in case you don't see that face, you may have seen this. This is somewhat well known. This has been around for a while. This has been acknowledged. In fact, this image comes from NASA.gov. And if you don't see the image here of the face, let me just bring you back a little bit here. Here's a further away image from Mars. And then we'll just zoom in until hopefully you see the face. So this has been there, and yes, indeed, it does look like a face. Now, what it means, does it mean that it was put there as a signal or a sign of some kind? Well, of course, that's been debated ever since the image was discovered. What's important for us is that we actually do see the face. We see an image there. Now, interestingly, and somewhat recently, scientists discovered yet another face. They were probably happy to find this image. Now take a look at this. And again, we'll sort of zoom in on this and rotate it a little bit. And that actually looks like what? Looks like a happy face. So I can imagine that the scientists found that to be a very interesting discovery. Okay, I've got my own image to show you.